I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
This is Matt once again. We're about to another review. This is a paid request from Guillermo. He sent it through my PayPal. I really appreciate that. As for I don't say a film, but it's supposed to be a documentary called Demon House. Now, this was interesting and kind of fun to watch as a film, but the fact it purports itself as a documentary is total bullshit. Dude, I don't believe a goddamn word of it. Zach Bagans, Bilbo Baggins, whatever the fuck, he has this travel channel series called Ghost Adventures. And I'm sitting there going, is Travel Channel even a thing anymore? I guess it is, because this is 2018. You never hear anyone talk about the Travel Channel. I never saw an episode of Ghost Adventures, but a lot of those are BS. I mean, I remember watching Ghost Hunters back in the day. It might have been on Sci-Fi Channel. Like the first season. As like you want to believe it. But there's so much stuff that's like, nah, that's bullshit. Or, no, that's not it. What can you believe? I mean, this documentary even goes to the fact that it has a disclaimer warning. Really? A disclaimer warning? View at your own risk. Well, truthfully, there's other films that will put a disclaimer warning in front of, like Feeders, Feeders 2, Abducted, you're in plain sight. There's a lot of stuff that view your own risk, because your brain cells might explode. This is about the Ammons haunting in Gary, Indiana. I would love to see what other ghost guys, like people who are in the field, people who are in the paranormal, people who actually do investigations, what they would think of this, and if they think it's bullshit. If they do think it's bullshit, they need to do a commentary. In fact, there's an interesting, I think it's called the Skeptical Inquirer on the internet, debunking Demon House, which was a fascinating read. Because I'm watching this and I'm going, this is all bullshit, as a documentary. Zach Baggins and his crew investigate this house where this family supposedly has hauntings, like up to, what, 200 demons or something live there? Why do I say a lot of this bullshit? If you heard that, that's my neighbor's rooster. Even he said, bullshit. He starts off the damn documentary going, this is the case that really fucked me up. If you want me to take you seriously, that this is dire circumstances, maybe you shouldn't start off your documentary by going, this is the case that really fucked me up. Yeah, that's something I would say, but I'm not a professional. I'm not even a professional shit talker. And Zach apparently had a dream before this of a 12-foot tall goat man. And they do these reenactments where you see a guy, a goat man, walking down the fucking steps. It's not a bad costume. They spent a few bucks on it. But it's like, again, I'm seeing a 12-foot goat man walking down fucking steps. Later on, I see a goat man when an elevator door opens. I went, I don't know if I'm supposed to laugh or what. It's still a 12-foot goat man. Then they show real Inside Edition news reports that Zach bought the house from this family. And throughout it, it's talking to people. There's a lot of talking to people and their own experiences. At times you get these reenactments, which, number one, don't actually fit with what's being said. Like the one guy who's the uncle to these kids says, oh yeah, these kids, they did this, they did this. But in the reenactments, the uncle was not in the scene. So where the fuck is the uncle? He said he witnessed this, but the uncle's not in the reenactment scene of these kids going crazy. And then the uncle never said that their eyes rolled the back of their heads. So was that added for fictional effect? Or at one point he said the kids were fighting, and the one kid told his mom, "You fuck you, bitch." But then in the reenactment, when the kid says "fuck you, bitch," there's like a demon voice. I don't remember the guy saying it was a demon voice. So that's when like this stuff happens. You know, well, wait a minute. How much of this is real and how much of this is, you know, embellishing? But it's still kind of entertaining in a, you know, and apparently anyone who gets involved with this house, something happens. The CPS worker saw this kid go up the wall. Granted, the grandma was right next to him. And there is this trick that you can fucking lift the kid with one hand, because he's right by a wall, but she believed it and quit. She said, I quit. They talked to this older cop that seemed like an actor. He seemed like Statman Crothers, you know, this older cop. And like under these stairs seems like elements of a ritual happened long ago. There's this oil dripping from the blinds. And also the way the documentary does it in this demonic web. It'll cut to a shot of a fucking spider. So literally web. I'm like, really? Apparently the other grandma, which is never interviewed, I wonder why, never interviewed on camera, she said, oh, this is fake, this is bullshit. And briefly they bring up the fact that someone goes, well, there's black mold here. Black mold will make you not feel well, could make you maybe see things. Like, black mold will fuck you up. And previously they talked about, oh, there's this oil on the blinds. And this woman touched it, and all the blood is out of her hand. And then they show a picture, and it looks like my hand. In fact, my hand has less color than the hand in the photo of this lady touching the oil on the blinds, and all the color was sucked out of it. Let me take a picture. My hand looks more pale than this picture did. Oh my god, I guess the demon's in this cup. And I touched the lid. It sucked all the color out. It's funny that the guy mentions mass hysteria, and I'm like, this isn't a form mass hysteria. In all seriousness, before I go on, I want to believe in ghosts. I want to believe in this stuff. Because I want to believe there's something after death. I want to believe that there's something more than this. That's not just a light switch and nothing. The light switch of your brain, your body is off, and there's just nothing. That's a scary thought. That's why so many battles, so many wars happen over religion. Because that is perhaps the scariest thought you can have. That you'll never see your loved ones again. From your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your loved one, your wife, your husband, even your pets. It's a scary thought all around. And like I said, that's why wars happen. That's why battles happen over religion. This is a very, very touchy subject. I want to believe. But when I see this stuff, I'm like, no, nothing in here it seems like a lot more embellishment. And they mentioned something briefly, and lo and behold, they don't really hone in on it. Because anything they did, if they did, it would ruin their fucking movie. It's really a movie. That's the thing. You watch this as a movie, not as a documentary. I watched it as a movie at a certain point, and then I got more enjoyment out of it. The area that this takes place in is low income. 1/3 of the population is under the poverty line and has one of the highest murder rates in America. They bring that up briefly when that's, I think, the most important information in the whole documentary. Because here's the sad thought process. Low income, poverty line, people's homes, we need to get the fuck out of here. It's the murder, one of the murder capitals of the country. People catch the scent of money. They're going to do whatever the fuck they can to get it. Because they hope they won the lottery. They hope that somehow this will get publicity. Somehow it'll make a movie. Somehow it'll create some other, like a TV show. Somewhere, maybe get on Oprah Winfrey. Somehow, some way, some shape, some form, some type of popularity to get enough money to get the fuck out of Dodge, and get the fuck out of that town, or get the fuck out of that place. The scent of money is a strong driving force that'll lead to a lot of stuff. And then the other people, what happened to them? How long was this documentary shot for? A week? A month? 2 years? If you did a good chunk of people, but in the span of 2 years, a lot happens in 2 years. A lot happens, especially in dangerous professions. It just does. And especially if there's something to this place, as in black mold, I'm thinking it's never brought up. What if there's something under the ground? What if it's some type of radiation? Maybe not that, but like there's something buried under the ground, because it's never... The building gets torn down at the end, but nothing's excavated, as far as I know. What if there's something buried deep that makes you sick, makes you fucked up? That's never brought up. But then, with all this stuff happening, they added into the curse. So, this couple that was on past shows, and he asked a question to them. Later, they're in a murder-suicide. The scientist guy who I guess worked on the Entity, the case the film was based on back in the day, he's in the basement, and then after apparently all of his organs failed. Although when they talked to him in the hospital, he seems very peppy and energetic for a guy who's all his organs, including his prostate, are gone. But he's in the hospital, but he's talking like this, and he's talking, and he's very energetic. I'm like, if all my organs are failing, including my prostate, I'm not being energetic. I'm being... Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like, but no, it's just... I'm like, that... Okay. And like this one, the previous family is just there. Just there, just showed up. And you look at the kids, the kids either seem smiling, happy, or as if they know they're going to do something. I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychic, but the way they're behaving, and then lo and behold, they go in the basement, and the mom says, I don't feel well, and she goes up, and then the one kid, or this other kid, acted strangely, and then later they get a call that, oh, my daughter had tried to commit suicide. Now let me ask any parent out there. This is a very serious, touchy subject. I want to ask you, any parent watching, if your daughter tried to commit suicide, why would one of the first people you call be a TV ghost paranormal guy? Would that really be one of the first people you call? I mean, if this girl did try to do that, I don't want to... I'm sorry. I'm just asking a question because it seems kind of weird that you would do that. Again, that you would... That'd be the first people you call, not a... Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just me. Or there are times where the lead guy, Zach, there's this moment that feels very staged. Where they're in the house, it's a surveillance camera, and then Zach just does this to his crew member. And like pushes him. And it seems a very, honestly, safe push. Like grabbing him. And the guy's like walking backwards. Number one, if someone's pushing you, wouldn't you drop it and like, what the fuck? And if there's another guy there, would he just record, yeah, my boss is pushing this guy like he's going to throw him through a wall. I'm just going to keep recording. I'm not going to like stop him, try to stop him. Even the guy who's being pushed, he's not like, yeah, that's okay. I'll let you push me. Push me, Tonya. Push me, Sonia. What the fuck? That just was weird as well. That was more... It just felt staged. Or like the one guy... When they get in the basement. And there's all this interference. Look at all this interference. I'm like, well, there's shit around, including this water cooler and... But there's a point where... I forget his name. The guy who got all the organ failure later. He puts his device on Zach, right on the stomach, and oh my god, it's going all this craziness. Zach has his hands in his pockets. I don't have pockets, but imagine pocket. He has his hand in his pockets like this the whole time, as is happening. And like I was reading up, maybe I can get the guy's name. Give him credit. I wish someone would do a commentary on this film. I think any ghost paranormal guy who got pissed at this, because if that's the case, then this is a knock on their profession. If this is all a bunch of hooey bullshit, I wonder if any... not many people watch my videos, I know that, because I'm not that good. Just face facts. But if anyone who's in that field does see this, you need to do a commentary on this film. I think people would pay for it. Or even if you do it for free. Because it seems like this, where all this electronic equipment and the guy has the hand in his pockets, the one guy says it could be just a phone. You can literally just put if you have your phone in your pocket, underneath the shirt, like in your pocket, and if you're holding it, like your pockets, that would affect the quality. Someone even did it, and it did the same damn thing. Yeah, I want to get the guy's name. And, okay, while I do that, and then there's this one part that apparently Zach does this hostile movement that looked laughable. When the guy is turned, now look at him, Zach does this. That's what he does. He just had a hostile movement. It looked so fucking ridiculous, and I'm like, okay, let's say this demon must suck. This demon must be a dumb fuck. Because if this demon wants to make him hostile, he's kind of a pussy on it. Because why would you make a guy go, what the fuck does that do? That doesn't do anything. And then another thing, oh my god. There's a part where a guy has a camera. And then you see over here like a black mass. It literally looks like a fucking finger. It looked like a fucking finger. It looked like you had a finger in the shape of a C, because you're doing with the lens, and the finger went too far. But oh, we went to NASA. We went to NASA, and this guy who works with NASA said, I believe it is not a finger. Demon House deconstructed by Tinny Biddle. I don't know if you can see this. This is an interesting read. Very interesting. I mean, yeah, skeptical inquirer, but he does make a lot of good points. I think if you ever see this, this is an interesting read. So they give credit to Tinny Biddle. I went, wow, yeah, this... Okay, let me find that shot he has with the... I'm like, that looks like a finger. And apparently I'm not the only one that said, I mean, that easily looks like a fucking finger. That's not a ghost. It's not a black mass. Oh yeah, this is the hand I was talking about. My hand looks the same or worse as that hand. Fuck. Let me find the finger one. I was to stick a finger up my ass. Oh, a ghost did it. A ghost had a finger up my ass. That sounds like a great time on Friday. Yeah, I gotta wait for the picture to catch up. This is a pretty lengthy article. Oh, this is the one with a guy recreated it, and then because he used his cell phone, which is the bottom one. They did the same shit. Very fascinating. That's what I mean. Someone should do like a commentary on this. I think that'd be fascinating. Okay, I gotta wait for that. Okay, while I wait, what else? Black anomaly. Yeah, here it is. See, this right here on the right is the footage that was the black mass. That the guy from NASA said, that can't be a finger. And then this author, I mean, did the same fucking thing. Now look at this shot here. Does that look the fucking same? Does it not look the fucking same? And then with the way it was shot in the room and the house, it makes things fuzzier, more blurry, which changes shape. So much fucking bullshit in this documentary that part of me is like, this should be a rant, but again, it was almost so like interested to see what other bullshit they were going to do next. That was kind of entertaining to laugh at times. The creme de la creme is, there's a bit where that cameraman that looks like got his fucking thumb in the finger in the shot. I maintain that's what it was. Apparently he got affected. He went crazy in the hotel. So in the hotel hallway, he's fucking yelling, and he wants to pick a fight with the demon. I shit you not. He's like, come on, motherfucker. Come on, fuck that shit. If it's here, it's a bitch. If it's here, it's a bitch. Come on, motherfucker. Come on. It's all you got. Now, first off, you're yelling in a hotel hallway. Some people are going to come out and go, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you saying? Shut the fuck up. You know, we're going to call security. That never happens. Believe me, if you've been in hotels, if you're just yelling and all that shit in a hallway, someone's going to say something. That's number one. Number two, the fact that this guy, and I believe this cameraman, he's an actor. If you look him up, he's an actor that's been in horror movies. So, for fuck's sake. My cameraman vomited blood. We never saw that. And then he's like going around and he sits down and he talks about, I was in an elevator and it opened up and I saw the goat man. And then the reenactment of the elevators open up and there's a guy, a goat man. He wants you. And oh, apparently he looked at the guy. Because at this point the camera shut the camera off, but they didn't shut the camera off. So it's down here, but you hear the voices of the crew. And then after that, they let the guy go. Like, sorry, you gotta leave. Then Zach seals himself in the house. He hears a couple noises. He sees a shadow. He has pain in his eyes. Because of that, apparently, he has this thing where now his eyes are affected forever. I mean, I don't know. I saw him wearing glasses before. Was it because of this, or did he find out about this and used it? I'm sorry, there's no reason for me to trust this guy. There's just too many things that just don't add up. And pretty much, at the end of the documentary, it's like, all these people that are affected, the CPS worker that moved away. I'm like, moving away is not that horrible of a fucking thing, but okay. This one guy who was shot, I'm like, he was a cop. Sadly, that happens with cops. Doesn't mean it's right, but it happens. And so he demolishes the place. But all this stuff about how horrible all this stuff happened, he demolishes the place. But the investigator in me, I did keep a couple things. So I kept some dirt, and I kept some stuff. I'm like, so you went this whole fucking diatribe about how it's hurt so many people, and it's fucked with so many people. But we won't keep shit, so it makes you seem like either a hypocrite, a liar, or full of shit. And honestly, I think this guy has FOSS, F-O-S-S, full of shit syndrome. So, at the end of the day, and his narration is not the best. It's pretty monotone, and it's pretty boring, and they should have had someone else narrate it. People don't laugh, but there's this guy on YouTube named Markiplier. He does horror video games, you know, Get Scared. You know, I like him. He's fun. But he has a good voice, and there's other times people have got him to narrate stuff. Like, Did You Know Gaming, the Doom video game. He narrates information. And you hear that, you go, that's a good voice. That's the type of voice you need for this. Not Zach himself. Or Mike Rowe, the guy who did Dirty Jobs in Mike Rowe. He narrated some of the early parts of Ghost Hunters. Some of the early parts of Ghost Hunters. He narrated the fishing show. God, I forgot what it was. Damn it. When they go out to sea to catch crabs. Very dangerous show. Damn it. I didn't watch much of it, so I don't remember that. But like Mike Rowe, another good guy who's good at voiceovers. Or again, it's Markiplier, but you get someone like that to do the voice, the narration. I think it'd be more effective for your film. But yeah, if I look at it as a film, it's kind of entertaining, just all the stuff that happens. And at times I did laugh. So it wasn't boring to me. But again, if you go on this thinking it's a 100% bona fide documentary, I think you're going to be disappointed. So yeah, Demon House. It's like, whatever, Zach. Well, Zach Morris is more trustworthy than this Zach. So we'll see you guys later. Take what you will of this. It was interesting to watch. But yeah, don't buy it to be nothing but, you know, fictional entertainment, not as documentary, factual investigation. That's just my 2 cents. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.